Greetings, people. It's Jared here, Wolfgang1, back to do another Transformers review. Today's one is a special request from somebody on Twitter, so I want to extend a massive thank you to Simon for requesting this. This is going to be Kingdom Inferno. Now, I just want to get a disclaimer out of the way now. I like this figure. Okay, I do. I like the design. I like the colours. I like just the alt mode, the design, like the robot mode, everything like that. But as I will explain in the review, it is just a little bit too much of a carbon copy of the G1 for it to be really, really, really outstandingly amazing. In fact, you know what? Let's just get the waffle out of the way now, right? And let's just get straight on into the figure itself, and I'll show you what I mean.
Right, so here's Inferno in his packaging. I got this from Smith's. I bought it online, and I think I paid about $24.99 for this, or maybe a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure it's $24.99. So this is the standard packaging that all the Kingdom figures come in, and I'll be quite honest with you. As much as I actually quite like these boxes, I do. But my main gripe with them is the fact that they're so big. Storing them is a bit of an issue. So once this review's done and Inferno is in the glass display case, and that this packaging is going to get binned. There's some great artwork on the side there. I really do quite like that. So basically it says in green on the top, just there, War for Cybertron Kingdom figure number 19, which I'm assuming is what it means up here as well, but who knows. Yeah, the packaging is really cool. The artwork's on it really cool. There's a lot of detail on these. I mean, let's just sort of have a look at that. You've got Megatron and Galvatron there, Unicorn at the top, Black Arachnia, the Predacons. You know, there's so many different things that are all taken from, or little elements taken from the Kingdom show on Netflix, which you haven't seen it. Give it a watch, but if you don't give it a watch, then you're not missing out on anything, quite frankly. A little bit of stuff on the back. I'm guessing like production shot. Because the hands here and it is red when actually the final figure is black. So I'm assuming these are the production test shots, and just basically some blurb down the bottom for like sort of legal issues, I suppose. Yeah, it's all cool. It's nice enough. The packaging is bright, it's vibrant. But because it's so fucking big, storing it is an issue. I'm gonna have to get rid of it. So yeah. I mean, if you're the sort of person who's collecting the figure and you collect it all and you keep it in box, then great. If you've got the space to do it, then fucking congratulations to you. I sadly do not. The only boxes I tend to collect and keep now are G1 boxes or Masterpiece boxes. Everything else just basically gets binned. So yeah, so let's get this out of the box. Let's show off the accessories and the transformation in the figure itself. Okay, so here's Inferno in his fire engine alt mode. Before we get too far into this, I just want to show some of the things that Inferno came with. It comes with one tiny little hose type thing that plugs into the alt mode, which I'll show in a minute, or can be swapped out for a hand in robot mode to give him a more G1 accurate look. He comes with one blaster just like molded into all black, no paint details or anything like that. Which is a throwback to his original G1 weapon, which is, you know, all well and good. Comes with one instruction booklet. I'll just show that off quickly. Not really a lot to say about this, really. One instruction booklet. And it also comes with, which I've somehow lost or couldn't give a fuck about, one of the two, one of those tiny little Kingdom card things that you get in the box. I'm not too fussed about them. It's a throwaway gimmick. Couldn't give two shits. So here he is. This is Kingdom Inferno. The red on the camera is showing this up to be a lot more of a cherry red than it actually is. It's there's no paint detail on the red at all. It's just like a sort of a block plastic, and the color looks a lot duller than what is coming through on the camera. So yay for the camera. But it's a vibrant red, but it's almost like a little bit washed out compared to what you're seeing. If you want to plug in his accessories, we can put this one here and just on the side, just off the ladder just here. That fits in quite nicely. And his weapon can go in any 5mm port. So if we, I don't know, put his weapon at the back here, even though that does look a little bit weird. He's also got some molded in details like the hose here and the support stands, but they don't move. His ladder does extend. I won't show it going all the way, but it extends out that far, and there's a little hose thing just here that goes out here, and it does spin around a full. Oh shit! It does spin around a full 360. Now I know. There we are. Just showing that off for posterity. I know that there was a lot of issues with the original mold of this grapple. Shit, that also pops off apparently. So that's cool. That's another accessory. There was problems with grapple just around the back here. I don't know how much I've shown off that. With these pegs just here. If I separate this just a little bit, those pegs getting sheared off in the actual holes. Thankfully, I've not had any issues with this. I'm thinking maybe they corrected that problem. The alt mode, compared to, I don't know, his G1 counterpart, or his masterpiece at least, is incredibly squat. As you notice, he's quite flat pack, quite condensed. I will say this though, there is so much harking back to the G1 here. As I said in the intro, for all the good that it's doing, they might as well have just completely reissued the G1 toy for all the elevation and sort of whatever the case may be. Like sort of, I've lost my train of thought. For all the good that it does the figure in terms of elevating the character or a design evolution in terms of the toy. As cool as this is, this doesn't hit any of those marks. This is basically a straight up and up update of the G1 without taking any risks to update the character or its basic design. So yeah, plastic tires, rolls very well. The only paint detail that I can determine is these little silver bits just on the top here. The grille and the headlights and the bumper are all painted out, and you've got a lovely little Autobot symbol right on the front there if my camera decided to focus. There we are. Apart from that, there's I think a tiny little bit of paint detail in robot mode, I think, but not really anything to write home about. I think this ladder is cast in silver plastic. The alt mode's cool, don't get me wrong, but I think this is one of the reasons why a lot of people were bitching that the Siege line was throwing themselves so heavily into G1, because this doesn't do enough from the G1 to make it a new figure. Apart from the fact that it's bigger, it doesn't actually feel anything more than a massive G1 fan wank. Now, don't get me wrong, there is room for that. There is a market for G1 fan wank, but I'm not sure really that, you know, introducing Beast Wars into the Kingdom line and then throwing so many extra G1 toys in there is necessarily the best way to go about it, because as cool as this toy is, it probably gets more flack than it deserves because the line concentrates so much on G1. So there we are. Transforming it. If you've got a G1 Inferno, there is not really anything different in the transformation of this toy, other than like a few extra twiddly bits. But twiddly bits don't really make a transformation unless it's a masterpiece, in which case you're sitting there for 45 minutes just doing one fucking twiddly bit. In terms of a basic mass market toy, this is almost a straight up copy, and it's really weird. It's a really see. It sounds like I'm shitting on this, right? But I'm not. Well, actually, hang on, a little bit of paint there on the wheels, but it would have been nice if they'd have been painted silver. But whatever. It sounds like I'm shitting on this figure, and I'm not. But there comes a point where, you know, we're doing an updated version of Trax, or we're doing an updated version of this one and that one, and so blah blah blah. Cool. I bet their transformations, for example, I don't know, because I didn't. Kingdom Huffer's transformation was not a direct copy of his G1 toy. If it had been, it would have been proper shit, right? So how come this figure is basically the polar opposite of that? So I'll tell you what, why don't we take off the accessories? I will show you exactly what I mean. Take off this shit. That comes into play later. Take off this shit. Put that back on if you want. So you're left with the standard. Sorry, you're left with the standard alt mode, okay, which is not unusual. So to transform this fella, we are going to start by popping this off the back, okay, and then getting that out of the way. Take this section here and get that out of the way. This is where I'm wishing that there we are. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Ignore the background. Right, so you've got that, okay. Hang on. My cats are fighting. Stop fighting, you fuckers. Don't make me come out there and kick your ass. Right, so, okay, so split these two sections apart, okay? Fuck's sake. Hold on. Wait. Fuck off the pair of you. So split these two sections apart, and what's different in this one in terms of the G1 is these two silver sections just here, right, are hidden behind the cab. In the G1, they're more to the side of the vehicle, but whatever, right? That's a minor detail. Separate these sections and fold them around to the sides and lock them in on either side, okay? Right. Take this back section and lift it up, then bring up the entire assembly like this, okay? So these two sections here, for obviously the feet, bring them down and rock them back. That's a slight difference to the G1, but again, it's the same process. Fold the feet down, whereas this one, you're just asking us to collapse it in a little bit. That's the twiddly bit that I was talking about, okay? So stand that up, bring it up like that. Bring these sections down, okay, for the arms, and then rotate them at the bicep, and then basically just unfurl the hands from inside, okay, same on both sides. Hollow forearms and that, which is, you know, not cool on a figure even this size. So you've got this, right? Then round the back, start collapsing this entire assembly in on itself. However that goes, just like that, collapses in. And this section here, right, and this is what I'm talking about, the G1, fold that round, that releases the head, collapse the entire assembly in on itself to fill this gap just here, like that. Bring the head, hold on, straighten them up a little bit, and bring the head down, okay, and then this whole back section here, fold it back down, just like that. And there, fold out these two metallic sections just here. I'm not sure how well I'm showing this off because I haven't got my screen capture on my computer. So there we have Kingdom Inferno, right? And Kingdom Inferno looks fucking great, right? Let's see if I can't get a little bit of height on this. Not really, no. Hold on. Gonna see if I can't elevate this a little bit. Okay. We're not interested in the legs, right? Let's take a look at the top of the body. Kingdom Inferno looks really, really nice. Okay. Decent head sculpt. Let's see if I can get a bit of light on that. Decent head sculpt with paints on the crest and the ears. Great painted face, painted blue eyes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He looks like Inferno. He transforms like Inferno. And that's the problem. If you're going to do, like, who's this? Oh, it's Inferno. It's Inferno in alt mode. At least make the transformation a little bit different so it's not a carbon copy of the G1. See, it sounds like, again, I'm bitching for no reason. And I'm not bitching. I really like this figure. I really, really do. It towers over the other deluxes that I've got in my collection. It's a decent sculpt. The molded in details are fantastic. I'm not complaining about that. The hollow legs at the back is a bit shit, but ignore that. I'm not saying this is a shit toy. What I'm saying is when I transformed it, and I read the instructions because I always read the instructions because I'm trying to not be a typical man. When I read the instructions, I raised a quizzical eyebrow, put them down, and then did it first time without them. And I thought, hang on a minute, I've been here before. If you want to give him his more G1 look, then take this hand, fold it in, so you got that. Then take this little thing, plug it in, and there he has his little fire extinguisher hand thing. You can put his weapon in his hand, and you can get him into all sorts of, I don't know. It's got a waist swivel, which is nice. You can get him into all sorts of poses if you want. It's entirely up to you. He's got a nice, like, little ankle rocker right there, like an ankle tilt. He's got articulation in all the places you expect a figure this size to have articulation. I'm not bitching about the toy. I think it's a lovely, lovely toy. If you're going to update the G1 figure, fine, go ahead and update the G1 figure. But you have to update it to such a degree that I might as well have just reviewed G1 Inferno for how much different this is. I might have just reviewed G1 Inferno, and at some point in the near future, I probably will. And then after that, I'll do a comparison video so I can actually prove my bitching. So for anyone who's got this, cool. Do I recommend it? Despite bitching about the transformation is the only thing for me that lets this down. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would recommend it because it's a decent sculpt, it's a decent height. It feels a little bit light, but you know, if you can get past that, then great. The accessories are fine. You know, the mold is decent. The alt mode's decent, if not a little squat. The robot mode looks fantastic. If you can get past the fact that you might as well just be sitting there transforming G1 Inferno, then fine, go ahead and get it. If you think that's going to be something that's going to be a deal breaker for you, then hold off. Maybe watch a couple of other reviews. Maybe they can articulate this in a way that I can't. Because let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing this years and I'm still shit. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my review for Kingdom Inferno. I nearly said fucking G1 Inferno there because I've got it on the brain. Yeah, $24.99. I'm glad I picked him up. I wanted to get grapple, but I heard so many fucking horror stories about the pegs shearing off in the back of the legs and that I thought, fuck yeah. And I decided to go for this instead. I don't regret the purchase at all. I think he's lovely. But sitting there going, you know, fucking hell, I'm so familiar with this transformation, I could do it with my eyes closed. On a toy that you've just got out of the box is a bit of a downside for me because ultimately, as lovely as he looks and everything like that, all of a sudden, all the mystery had been taken out of it. There was no mystery about how the engineering on this works, how the whole thing works, because I already knew it. And I'd never touched it before. So there we are. That's my review, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this. This is Gerard Gavenberry, also known as Wolfgang1, saying I'll be back in the near future with more reviews, more 7 Days to Die. Got some other stuff planned, so look out for that. I do hope you enjoyed this. I hope I made some form of sense. Until we see each other again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching and take care.
And when tomorrow comes, I feel you laying by me, like you ain't got nowhere else to go.